So, you can come back. Addie, come back over here. Welcome to CBSN Minnesota Morning Update. This is, this is Addie. Say hi. Addie, behind us we have these screens, and because these are the real, this isn't a set, this is the real one, and sometimes too much light comes in, and right as we were ready to go on the air, this is Addie, like running, and then like running out of the shot. It's all right. It's fine. We have people here. Well, not many. It's just Addie. She's the only one. But there you go. Now you know. There is one other person in the studio with me. Riley was here just a minute ago and updated me, and I will update you on our CBSN Minnesota Morning Update Twin Cities forecast. It's going to be a little humid today, and you can feel it out there right now, right? There's some thickness to the air. It's because we got a little bit of rain overnight. I know, not enough. Overnight's the best time for rain, though, right? It doesn't really disrupt anything. I was watching quite a bit of lightning last night. It's pretty cool to see cloud-to-cloud action. Going to be hazy again. 87 will be the high. You'll see that later this afternoon. A few rumbles of thunder overnight again. And then this weekend, a couple of chances for rain. So just be aware. Have the WCCO weather app. I always have my alerts on that thing, and I like checking the live radar. So if you're going to head out to the lake or anything, just be ready for that. And as you know, I only tell you to download the stuff if I really use it. So you could tell if I was just saying it because the bosses told me to say it. So I really like the WCCO weather app. Highly recommend it. Let's talk about this because it's Friday. The news has been heavy this week. We wanted to talk about something fun. I'm just still trying to catch my breath from running out of the scene. I'm just a little dramatic this morning. It's International Beer Day. Our buddy Marielle Mose posted this picture on her Twitter account. You should give Marielle a follow, by the way. She is, you can follow her on Twitter and Instagram. She's awesome. Twin Cities native, fairly new reporter here. And she's been joining us in the mornings. But look at Elle out with Jen Mayerly and Kylie Burse. You guys may remember Kylie from when she was weather person here and co-host of Mid-Morning. So yeah, just celebrating a little Crow Peak Brewing Canyon Cream Ale. That feels right when you're hiking the peaks, right? So International Beer Day, what is your favorite beer? Fire it off in the comments. It doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be international. It could be local. Maybe it's your favorite macro brew. You know, I believe the #1 beer in Minnesota is Mick Golden Light. Nothing wrong with that, right? Hot day, a little Mick Golden on the boat, you're doing all right. Let's get into some of the news headlines that we'll be watching over the weekend and into next week. And masks in schools is going to be a big issue. The Minneapolis School District has decided they will require masks indoors starting Monday, and they said they'll reassess it before the school year begins. And that's going to be the storyline, right? We have about 4 weeks until school starts. St. Paul schools will start their discussions. Do we require a mask? They'll do that next week. So we're going to see this at all of the school districts as they make individual decisions because the governor's emergency powers are gone. So the governor cannot decide it. The state cannot. And so it will be up to local school districts, and we'll see what they decide. Certainly a different situation there is kids 12 and under are not eligible to get vaccinated yet. Speaking of people who are eligible to get vaccinated, and, well, Kirk Cousins didn't say that he wasn't vaccinated, but you know the online memes, say you're X without saying you're X. Kirk Cousins said he was not vaccinated without saying he's not vaccinated. He was back in action at practice on Thursday. He ended up in the NFL COVID protocols. He was a close contact with another quarterback who did test positive for COVID. And under NFL rules, if you're not vaccinated, you have to quarantine for several days. I think it was 5 days. Cousins faced the media yesterday, sort of answered a lot of questions about vaccination. He said he would do whatever it takes to stay off the COVID list, except that.
I do believe that as a leader of the team, it's very important to follow the protocols to avoid this close contact. And so I'm going to be vigilant about avoiding a close contact. I've even thought about, should I just set up literally plexiglass around where I sit so that this could never happen again? I thought about it because I'm going to do whatever it takes.
Although,
fans, of course, had a thing or two to say about that. Kirk Cousins never really gave an explanation, just said, like, hey, it's a personal decision. Let me show you some of the memes, though, because this is great. Kirk Cousins in a plastic bubble, doing whatever it takes. Coming to practice in the Pope-mobile, doing whatever it takes. I also liked him dropping into a game in a plexiglass thing. The fan reaction was very funny. And sometimes very angry and sometimes very supportive, right? We did enjoy the person who said Cousins was the 6th most sacked quarterback last year. He should try harder at avoiding close contacts. I will say, by way of explanation, the reason this is matters because obviously, like, Kirk Cousins can make whatever decision he wants. But when you're on a team sport, Kirk Cousins, very highly paid, leader of the team. If he ends up in COVID protocol again, it could end up costing the team a game. And that's why fans, of course, are fired up, and the coach especially is fired up about this. But we'll see. If he stays in his bubble, then maybe it's nothing that anyone... We'll see what fans say if he has an incredibly successful first game. Do the people who are mad now turn into Cousins fans? We'll see. This is fascinating, right? How researchers are trying to learn more about COVID because tests only tell you so much, right? The people who go and get a test, it's a self-selecting group. So we don't really know exactly how widespread COVID is with people maybe with symptoms that are you know, they don't get tested for, or symptoms not showing up. So here's what they're doing. They're testing your toilet water. You flush, they test. Met Council, U of M, partnering up, taking daily samples from wastewater, and they tested for the virus. Scientists using a technique that's normally used to detect mercury in our water, they tell us the results are fast.
You know, you flush the toilet when you're sick, it shows up at the wastewater treatment plant, you know, within a day. Whereas if you're sick and you go get tested, maybe it takes 2, 3, 4 days or a week until you get test results and you know, oh, I'm sick.
The water they're testing is from Minneapolis, St. Paul, many surrounding suburbs, and the latest data from your toilet flushed water shows the virus is surging. Pretty crazy, right? There's lots you can tell from what we flush down the toilet. On June 28th, here was the caseload from wastewater. So June 28th, remember, like, we all felt like, we're set, man. Like, it's going to be the hot vac summer. 2 cases per 100,000 people. Now we're up to about 55. So it is on the rise. Yeah. How about that? Okay, Spirit Airlines. We talked about it yesterday and thought, like, gosh, I wonder if they'll get it together. And the answer is no. At least 250 flights canceled again this morning, according to FlightAware. Total of more than 1,700 since Sunday. That includes at least 4 this morning at MSP Airport. The company's CEO, very reassuring if you're holding Spirit tickets, says, hey, don't worry about it. We're going to cancel more of these flights this weekend. Not enough people working for Spirit. They've got, I mean, they're not fully explaining what the problem is. They say weather, they say operational difficulties, but it seems like they just don't have enough people to run their airline, as demand for air travel has gone back to pre-pandemic levels. And Spirit has very cheap fares, which apparently come with canceled flights. How much would you pay to go to space? If you buy this ticket, there's very little chance they will cancel your flight. Virgin Galactic, that's the company that sent Richard Branson up in this kind of airplane rocket. They have reopened ticket sales for flights starting at $450,000 per seat. The CEO says fully commercial flights are not expected until 2022, but $450K, I gotta say, like, I mean, that's crazy money, right? But if you were a multi-millionaire, wouldn't that be tempting? $500,000? That's the kind of, I mean, honestly, people have $300,000 cars. So interesting. Yeah. 2 of Minnesota's Olympic medalists. I have to admit, when I saw this video yesterday, I teared up a little bit because seeing the crowd at the airport welcoming these young heroes home, it's what the Olympic spirit is all about, and it really is what Minnesota is all about.
Yeah, we definitely feel the love and support. This is absolutely amazing. It's amazing to see all of your faces and just to here all together.
Suni Lee, gosh, just love her. Brought home a trio of medals, including the gold for Team USA. And how about Grace McCallum from Isanti? She earned the silver. Just so great. They were signing autographs, taking pictures with some of their youngest fans.
I'm also really happy for Suni. She's always kind of been my idol. So yeah, I'm excited.
I just look up to her and I feel like one day I want to be just like her. Like, it's really nice to look up to them and just watch them train and watch them win, knowing that I can get there too.
Yes, you can. St. Paul planning a parade this Sunday in Suni Lee's honor. Tomorrow in Isanti, Grace McCallum Day. We love them both. Congratulations to these Olympic true heroes. All right, we're talking about beer today on this International Beer Day, asking what your favorite is. And let's see what people are sharing today. Tamara, overall favorite, New Holland's Dragon's Milk Stout. Ooh. Locally, really anything from Bauhaus. Yeah, Tamara, I was at Bauhaus a couple weeks ago and super impressed. They are very, very consistently excellent. Yeah, Bauhaus, good stuff. Thank you. Let's see what else we're hearing. Diana, my favorite beer is root beer. There you go. Excellent. That's a good choice. There's some really good locally brewed root beers. Root beer is interesting, right? You can go from like a very sarsaparilla kind of flavor to like a more muted root beer. Some are spicy almost. I like the Liftbridge root beer. You can get that at the grocery store. Good stuff. Diana, thank you. Becca, I love sours. Alloy Brewery. I don't know Alloy Brewery. I'll have to check that out. Sours are certainly what the brewers are playing with right now, so that's pretty fun stuff. Get like a fruity flavor, but that tart finish. Yeah, lots of variety with the different flavors and different infusions of sours. Thanks, Becca. Here's Kevin, Leinenkugel's Summer Shandy and Mick Golden Light. Nothing wrong with that, right? That Leinenkugel Shandy, my goodness, that's been going strong forever, right? Thanks, Kevin. And here is Susan, the peanut butter port. Is that from Dangerous Man, Susan? I think they make the peanut butter port. That is terrific. I was out at Dangerous Man not too... Do I have a problem? I was out at Bauhaus. I was out at... Man, have they dialed it in, too. When Dangerous Man opened up, it was really fun and really good. And now I think it's really excellent, doing good work. Lots of fun breweries around. Come visit one this weekend. They need your business. They want to see you. And you deserve to have a little fun, too. Treat yourself to a little patio town in between the raindrops this weekend. And we appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out on the CBSN Minnesota Morning Update. Thanks to Addie for making a cameo. Nice work. Have a great weekend, everyone.